first things when I came on to Actualize 4.5 years ago was to find a solution to be able to collaborate and bring the firm together. We're a consulting firm, so we took it very seriously, just like if we were doing a vendor evaluation for one of our clients. So we went through our whole methodology to first researching the market and saying, okay, what vendors are out there, what would be a good fit for us. And a lot of people fell out just because of the price and complexity to implement the solution. The only products that really were an option were HyperOffice, which I had never heard of. I just was able to research online and find you guys. And with the HyperOffice, it had the support functionality that we were looking for, and everything was all-encompassing in the one price. My responsibilities, the Managing Director of HR and Operations, and that spans from legal to marketing to recruiting to HR to IT. So it was very broad in nature. So my responsibility was to make sure that we had what we needed as a firm at a low cost. In a small company, we have manual time reporting, so emailing time reports back and forth, making sure you had the right time report, and then we had a spreadsheet that we were tracking that information. And so there was just that spreadsheet, we were having lots of issues with version control and sending back and forth all those timesheets, right? So we didn't have somebody's timesheet all on one computer. It was on, I might have had 5, the partner might have had 10, and then I said, well, I don't have John's time. He's like, oh, I have it. He had saved it on his computer. And so it was just a night. It was a complete and utter nightmare, just time reporting. And we really needed to be providing services to our clients, like providing on solutions, not, so that's when we said, okay, this is absolutely insane. There has to be a better solution. We either need a LAN, we need to have some sort of IT, structure in place, or, let's try to find a solution where it's managed, we don't have to worry about it, it's low cost. And that's when we found HyperOffice. It is a very low-cost solution for what you get, because you're able to, you have the email, you have the document management, everything's backed up, so there's no worry that, if my computer crashes, then I'm not going to have everything, because I know it's going to be backed up with HyperOffice. I'm not a technical person background. I came from consulting, so I can figure out things, but I don't know. I wouldn't even have a clue what type of server I would need. So I was trying to say, okay, how can I personally manage it within the resources that I have, which was limited. Last year, we landed a really big project. So we actually got up to 90 people in 1 year time span. And now we're more stabilized at about 60, with employees and subcontractors. But we were able to span that quick, So really HyperOffice, if we didn't have that and we didn't have the capabilities, then we would have been really hosed, I think, to be able to scale. And when we went up to 90 people, I was the only person internally, so I really needed something to support. As we've grown, it's continued to work, and we haven't even thought about changing, really, because we have all of our needs met. I actually started Actualize in North Carolina, and I worked completely remotely for the first 3 years, and then I recently moved back to the area, but I still have 2 people in North Carolina that help support the operations end of the firm. I have somebody in Richmond, so my team is completely virtual. We are able to set up an administrative group within HyperOffice, and then that's where we store. We have different permissions for different folders, because clearly, some people aren't privy to compensation. There's only 3 people in the whole firm, but we're able to set up those permissions so nobody can see that confidential information. The one thing that's nice as well is that you have all the functionality to hook up with Blackberries and iPhones, and we've been easily able to integrate all of that as well very quickly. It has the look and feel, I feel, of a bigger corporation that, has an IT staff. Yeah. So, it's funny, even when we have new people come on, they ask, who the IT support is, and I'm like, you're looking at her.